What's up everyone, it's Vivi and welcome back to another Sly Cooper, I guess you can call it a theory video. This time let's go over the Guru. Who is this character? He appeared in Sly Cooper 3. He lived most of his life in the Australian outback, in a cave, pretty much meditating the whole time, we can say. He was the keeper of the Mask of Dark Earth, which eventually escaped due to what the miners did to the outback. After what happened to Bentley in Sly 2, Murray felt guilty. He was devastated. He felt bad. He just couldn't keep up with it anymore. So eventually he discovers the Guru, a master who'd eventually teach him the path to spirituality, also known as the art of Dreamtime. Eventually a time comes where the Guru gives a bunch of tasks to Murray. He also taught him the Aboriginal ball form and the temporal lock ability. Now these two abilities apparently use Murray's spiritual energy. That's how those abilities were taught. Knowing the whole nature of the Guru, no violence, peace, and all that. Now talking about tasks, one of them involved Venice, Italy, to turn the black water pure again. That was Octavio's doing. And Murray was told to do it peacefully, to meditate, so that the water would turn pure. He had vowed to renounce all violence, but then he realized by meditating and doing stuff peacefully, it didn't really work out. Now Murray, due to his guilt after what happened in Sly 2, he just couldn't easily rejoin the gang. There was some convincing involved. But slowly, Murray started to get back into his old habit. For example, the boat, when it crashed, Murray saw that and he was suddenly fascinated. Once Murray saw Bentley on the ground, he, let's say, woke up suddenly and became the Murray again. But of course, he was still having doubts. After all of those teachings to quickly go back to the gang like that, he felt like he was betraying the Guru, so the gang decided to go to Australia, but Sly was also fascinated by the Guru's skills, mind control especially. So the gang thought, hey, let's go to Australia. Let's see what this Guru is all about. But wait a minute guys, let me get this straight. Murray, at first, he flew to Australia on his own. Dressed up, it's assumed. He was able to afford flight everywhere else. How did he come back to Venice? Anyways, I think it's Sly Cooper logic. It's like saying how the gang lived on their own this whole time. How did they afford everything, right? So it's the same thing. Now, knowing that the Guru has the ability to control the mind, could he have been stealing money by doing so? I mean, hey, if he has the ability to control people's thoughts, I'm pretty sure he probably stole food from tourists or something. He could have easily gone away with it. Anyways, I just felt like pointing that out. Once the gang arrived to the outback, his stone, his moonstone I mean, was taken along with his staff. Without them, he was unable to do anything. Those were his source of power, well, at least the moonstone I mean. Once these two objects were returned, he decided to join the gang and help them with the heist. Now without the moonstone and his stick, he refused to escape captivity. It kinda shows how he can be stubborn sometimes and just proves that he can't do anything without his moonstone. With everything complete, after Sly's fake amnesia and all that, the gang disbanded and the Guru went back to the outback. How did he go back? We can say Bentley helped him. Or of course he used his mind control to get inside the plane. After that, he taught a few students the arts of Dreamtime. He was teaching them this course. But then he realized that there was way too much media attention going on, so he tried escaping the media by going to New York, which I think didn't work out. Now here's something that's been bothering me. If Murray wasn't able to turn the dark water pure again by using meditation, then how did he complete his other missions elsewhere? Wait, so in these other countries, let's say, he meditated, completed his missions peacefully, with no violence whatsoever. What, miracles happened? How did he complete those missions if meditating did not work in Italy? Plus, was Murray his only student in Australia? Was there more? It's assumed that Murray was the only student, until the thing in New York happened. Now how did Murray complete his tasks if meditation didn't work? He saw that in Italy, because the tasks in the other countries didn't require manual labor. remember, Murray thought he had fixed those problems, using his spiritual energy and all that, but the reality is that those problems would get fixed naturally. The guru used that to make Murray think that he actually had these spiritual powers, but in the end, those problems got fixed on their own. So wait, Vivi, are you implying that the guru is pretty much a scam? Not really. The guru tried making Murray control his anger, his doubts, make him follow a peaceful path. But this whole time, Murray thought he had handled all past troubles by simply following a spiritual path. No violence, explosions, destruction, or anything like that. Murray thought that all of this could be handled without those. The way I see the guru is, he's a kind-hearted person. He met Murray and felt all of this anger he was hiding, this doubt, this sadness within him. He thought that, hey, this boy needs peace. Let me help him. He put him on this journey across the globe and was taught to handle everything peacefully, to tell him that not everything should be handled with violence and anger. He felt what Murray was like. He wanted to teach him how to act differently, how to handle everything without actually beating someone. Now the thing about that, the guru has been living in isolation. He doesn't know what it's like to actually face a threat. The guru, his whole life, he's lived on his own with no violence, living in a cave and simply meditating. Of course, this was until the miners arrived. When the guru met the gang, he realized that handling a situation is not always done by simply sitting down and thinking to yourself. You have to actually act. You have to physically get involved. And he realized that once he got imprisoned. Let's get back to the whole situation in Venice. Why did the guru send Murray to Italy if meditating would not work? It was intentional. Guru perhaps has other powers, perhaps premonitions. He can see the future. He knew what was coming. He felt the danger that was eventually going to come. Plus, knowing Murray's background, Murray probably told him a bunch of stories about his friends. The guru intentionally sent him to Italy to seek help, to find his friends, in the hopes that he would also rejoin them. By doing so, the guru knew that Murray would take his friends to Australia. I mean, how else are we supposed to explain the other stuff? It's not like his training only took place in Australia until he went to Italy. His journey was across the globe, right? If this were true, why didn't he tell anyone? Perhaps it's part of his nature. He didn't want to say anything. Perhaps he might reveal the truth when he returns in the future, which I think has been hinted in Sly 4. Now, mind control is one of his most important abilities, right? But I'm sure he has more powers. I mean, the Mask of Dark Earth, that thing is full of magic. He clearly has some experience with magic, or even maybe dark magic. I mean, how can one form a ball by spiritually creating energy? There's definitely some sort of magic going on. And talking about abilities, he has telepathy, the ability to combine minds. Remember that cutscene with Sly and the Panda King? He also has the ability to perform telekinesis. Now, what about his speech? He lived in isolation. We can say he never learned how to speak English. He lived on his own. The player can't understand him. There are no subtitles, right? But the characters can. Magical powers involved? Mind powers? I don't think so. And why? Because the gang also understood Bob, who had subtitles. So, the player's understanding the guru, is it part of his mind control skill? I doubt. Now, I always wondered about Miss Ruby, if she ever came into contact with the guru, or if her family even knew about this character. Her family was full of mystics, and the only way to make friends was to summon the dead. People feared her. She went on a rampage and decided to follow crime. But what if, before the whole thing with Fiendish 5, she tried following a spiritual path, to try and understand how to actually make friends without causing fear? If so, we can say in the end she just didn't believe in this mumbo jumbo and just decided to do her own thing, follow the dark. Now in Sly 4, about that treasure I mentioned, the broken staff, the stone is still attached to it. Is it really the staff? I see it as a foreshadow, hinting towards the guru's return. Same thing goes for Clockwork's eye. That's probably not his actual eye, but it's a reference to how his eye actually survived. But I might be mistaken on this one, due to the description itself. Now, how would the guru lose his staff? Not only lose it, but become broken. I'm just gonna go with the idea that it's because of a future villain who went after him for some unknown reason, probably due to his powers. He probably refused to cooperate. The guru tried stopping him or her. As a result, his staff broke and he probably got injured. If they bring back the guru, I'm up for it. They can make an interesting story. Now, do I have anything else to add? Honestly, if I continue talking, it's just gonna be a bunch of what ifs, right? So I'm gonna leave it at that. So as usual, guys, if you have any thoughts or questions, or if you disagree on one part, leave everything in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.